Hello students, today we're going to continue our conversation using the present tense of the verb have. Let's get started. Before we fill in our chart, I want to show you an example. So listen to this conversation. Liliana says, "Do you have PE right now?" May replies, "No, I don't have PE now. I have lunch." Liliana says, "Oh, our schedules are different." In this example, we see an affirmative statement using the verb have as well as a negative statement using the verb have. Now we're ready to get into our chart, but before we do, I want to remind you of what a negative statement is. A negative statement is a statement that you are saying no to, or it is something that would be not true. All right, now that we're clear about that, let's go ahead and fill in our chart. First, you see our pronouns. First up, we have I, you. When you are using have in a negative statement and the pronoun is I or you, you'll say I do not have. For example, I do not have lunch now. You do not have lunch now. Let's continue. If the pronoun is he or she, you're going to say he or she does not have. For example, he does not have lunch now. She does not have lunch now. Last but not least, we have we, you, and they. When using we, you, and they with the verb have, you're going to say do not have. For example, we do not have lunch now. You do not have lunch now. They do not have lunch now. Now that we have our chart all filled out, there's something I want to remind you about, and that is called contractions. Remember, a contraction is when we put two words together to make a new word, a short word that we use all the time. So let's go ahead and get started. In our chart, we had two ways to use have in a negative sentence. The first is, need a pen, do not have. And the second way that we can use have in a negative statement is does not have. Thankfully for us, there are contractions or shorter ways to say and write both of these versions of negative have, and I'm going to show you those now. So when you want to say do not have, you can do like in our example from earlier and say don't have. When you put do and not together, you get don't. And it's easier for us to just say, I don't have. Our next example is with does not have. So we're going to combine does and not, and our new word is going to be doesn't. So that you can say, he doesn't have, or she doesn't have. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please let me know if you have any questions.